Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of the Jon Gomm Passionflower tutorial without the need for installing banjo tuners on your guitar. If you haven't seen the first part of this tutorial yet, then go check it out now. I'll put the link here in the description. And in this video we will just build on top of what we learned in the first part of this tutorial series. So let's go, and at the beginning I want to show you what you should have learned in the first part and also what we are going to learn today. Let's go. In order to get started, our basic setup is exactly the same like in the first part. So what does it mean? We have an alternative tuning. We need to down tune our guitar. Second thing is that we still have the E string wound up counterclockwise, so that we have enough space between the E string and the B string to be able to press them down separately. I will also use the same terminology like in the first video. So this area of the strings are the substrings. So this is the E substring, this is the B substring. So let's get into it. I split this video into 3 parts. The first percussive part, the fingerpicking part, and the second percussive part. So we have 2 percussive parts at the beginning and at the end, and in the middle we will do some fingerpicking. Let's get started with the first percussive part. The goal that we want to achieve in this part sounds like this. So what do we need here? First thing we do is we need a bass drum-like sound. And to achieve that, we hit this area of the guitar with our wrist. The second sound that we will need is I will call it the hi-hat sound. The hi-hat sound is played by hitting this area of the guitar with our fingertips or fingernails. Okay, so for our percussive beat we start with a bass. Then comes a hi-hat, then comes a bass, then comes a hi-hat, and then comes a bass. So basically it's always a change between bass, hi-hat, bass, hi-hat, bass. And it should sound like this. And this beat is then followed by a slap. I will call it the snare drum, and what we do is that we slap this area of our guitar with our fingers. It should give us this punchy high sound. Okay? And we do this sound after those bass drum and hi-hat sounds. So together it sounds like this. Let's do it a little bit slower. Okay, and for practicing, you basically can just loop this beat that we have so far over and over like this. Okay, once you figure this out, the next thing that we do is this sound. I will just call it a roll, because basically you're just rolling your fingernails on top of the guitar. There are different approaches to do this. Some people do it like this, so basically it's sort of a spider walking movement. I prefer to sort of make this circle, and then by pulling your thumb you release your fingers one after each other, and you do this on top of the guitar. Okay, it takes some practice. And this is what we play after the percussive beat we had so far. So if you plug it together, it sounds like this. Okay. And after this roll, we hit the hi-hat again. So remember, hi-hat was up here. The hi-hat is high up on the guitar. And this is basically the complete pattern within our first percussive part. So let's just play the whole thing. And now we have this sequence, and again, for practicing we can just repeat this sequence over and over. And once you're done with it, we can continue with the second part, which is the finger picking part. For the finger picking part, we will basically use the same picking pattern that we learned in the first video, but we will slightly modify this pattern and additionally do some percussive stuff while playing this pattern. So make sure that you're familiar with the pattern from the first video, and then let's get started with this. So remember, in the first video the pattern was like this, of the right hand. And now the first thing that we will modify for this part is, instead of start picking the E string, we will start playing the A string. Besides that, everything remains the same. So A string, B string, D natural harmonic, G natural harmonic, B natural harmonic, E natural harmonic, and so on. Right? And while we plug the A string, we also play our hi-hat again, okay? So hi-hat with A string, B string, natural harmonic D string, natural harmonic G string, and remember from the first video, now we play a natural harmonic B string, and then we press the B substring. Okay, and this is the moment that our first percussive element comes in. The very moment that we press the B substring with our left hand, we also slap our guitar. And I slapped my guitar on this spot here because of just how it's shaped. I find it quite handy here because my hand stays where it needs to be. So I just slap this area with my 3 small fingers. And we do this the very moment that our left hand presses the B substring, okay? Okay, so the whole picking pattern so far. Again. Okay, so then remember, next in our picking pattern we had the E natural harmonic. So the whole thing so far would sound like this. Okay, and now right after picking this E natural harmonic comes our next percussive element, and for that we move our hand back a little bit and hit this area of the guitar with our fingertips. Okay, so like so the whole thing so far sounds like this. And after we hit here, then is the moment that we press the E substring like we used to. So basically the thing sounds like this. Right? And after we press the E substring down, we keep it held down, we hit this area of the guitar again. So let's play our whole picking pattern so far to have a context. Again. And now the next step is that we release our E substring, and while we release the E substring we hit this area of the guitar again, but not with our fingertips but with our wrist again, so that we get sort of a bass sound. The problem is the bass sound on top back here is way too far away, so we can't move that for that long distance, so we just do a bass sound here. Okay, and we play the bass sound the very moment that we release our E substring. So the whole thing on the E string sounds like this. Okay, take your time with this. This might be the trickiest part of this video. Let's just play all the picking pattern again that we had so far. Let's repeat it. One last time. Okay, and from this point on we continue our pattern like we know it from the first video. So we press the B substring, we play the B natural harmonic, we release the B substring, and then remember the next thing that we would play would be the G natural harmonic. So, and while we play the G natural harmonic, we again do our hi-hat on top of here. So Let's plug it all together. Again. A third time a little bit slower. Okay. Then we continue like we already know it. So after this G natural harmonic with the hi-hat, we plug the D natural harmonic, and now right after we pick the D natural harmonic, our left hand does a hammer on onto the E string at the 2nd fret. Okay, so they come right after each other. Okay, the whole thing so far, let's play it again. And from here on, we do our hammer on onto the 14th fret of the A string like we already did in the first video. So and from this point we're almost done. The last thing that we do is we release our left hand, and then we pull the A and the E string open with our index finger, who is just doing the hammer on. So from the hammer on we just do. Okay, so let's do the thing starting from the natural harmonic D. Right, so this is the picking part. Let's just repeat it 2 or 3 more times, the whole thing. Again, a little slower. I really recommend that you do not rush through this. If you need it, play it a little slower, and then you can slowly speed it up more and more. For the third part, we can sort of recycle parts of the beat that we learned already. So we start our second percussive part with the hi-hat. Then comes the bass, then comes again the hi-hat, then comes again the bass, and then comes our snare. So together it sounds like this. Okay. What we do next is that we hit the strings of the guitar. We hit it exactly at the 12th fret. So basically we play a natural harmonic, but not with plucking, but just hitting the strings like this. Okay, again the thing so far. Okay, after hitting the strings on top of the 12th fret, we do a hi-hat again. And after that we again hit the strings of the guitar, but this time at the 17th fret. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, and that's everything. Now let's repeat the second percussive part a few more times. And that's it. And now that we have the 3 parts, let's just play them all together, that we get a feeling for the transitions between the parts. Let's go. Let's start with the first percussive part. Again. Let's do it a last time a little bit slower. And that's it with this video. If this helped you and if you were able to follow, leave a like, also hit the subscribe button. Thanks at this point to everyone who already subscribed. Also check out some of the other videos on this channel. And that was it from me. Thanks for watching and see you again soon. Bye!